Okay, wrestling fans, here we are with Clash at the Castle live reactions. We just had the first match, which was Cody versus AJ in the I Quit match. Kind of surprising they would start the pay-per-view off like this, but here we go. The crowd singing Cody's theme song was awesome. The crowd was hot at the beginning. The match is fast-paced. One thing I want to talk about, though, is the Prime logo. Does it really need to be in the middle of the ring? The turnbuckles and have a display on the outside. I mean, come on, it's overkill. Just do one of the three. This felt like an Attitude Era match back in the day as they were brawling through the crowd. We see wrapping of cords around Cody's mouth and head in the gorilla position. Something we would never see under Vince's reign. Daniel Bryan kind of got fired for doing something similar with the tie back in the day. Also, another thing about these I Quit matches, I really don't like when the referee has the microphone and he's just shoving it in the mouth, in the face of the wrestlers when they're trying to sell or after a big move. It just takes away from everything. It hinders the wrestlers from selling. As I said, it just takes away from the match. But that being said, AJ's suplex and brainbuster on the announce table looked pretty painful on Cody. Cody's mom calling AJ an asshole was pretty funny. AJ, we got a bleeder. That was also funny. Nice to see blood again in WWE Wrestling. Cody really knows how to sell a DDT. That looked brutal. AJ had control for a good portion of the match. And then AJ wrapped a chair around Cody's neck and stomped it. He then brought out a kendo stick and hit Cody a few times. AJ uses the ref's belt to whip Cody. Cody then passes out to the STF. The ref will not stop the match as Cody has to say, "I quit." AJ handcuffs Cody. More kendo stick shots. Then we see Mama Rhodes slapping AJ. AJ grabs a chair and he hits Cody with it. And then he wraps a chain around his forearm. And he's going to go for the phenomenal forearm off the ropes. But Cody throws a steel chair. He hits AJ in the head. AJ falls off the apron and through a pre-set up table on the outside in a really cool spot. The best part of the match. Cody unlocks the handcuffs. AJ is now bleeding. Cody Cutter, the crowd goes crazy. 3 crossroads with the last one on a steel chair. AJ Styles is out, but Cody wants to inflict more damage. He then cuffs AJ Styles to the ropes. 8 chair shots from Cody. AJ still doesn't quit, and then Cody grabs the steel chair or the steel steps, and he's going to attack AJ, and then AJ quits. He quits. Then, of course, Cody hits him with the chair anyway. Don't like the finish. Referee took away from the match. Crowd was good. A couple good spots. I really want to give this match more of a rating, but I can't. 3 stars. But not a bad start to the pay-per-view. Here we go for the next match. Okay, next on the pay-per-view, we have the Triple Threat WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Alba and Fire versus Cargill and Belair versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Going into this match, I admit I was not expecting much. Not expecting anything at all. But I was pleasantly surprised. Let's run through it. There was different rules in this match. They had 3 people starting in the ring at once, and you could only tag your own tag team partner. Nice touch. Cargill and Belair, they were paying tribute to LOD a little bit with their face paint and the spikes in Belair's hair. Cool. Let's see. The action wasn't fierce all the way through, but it was quite steady all the way through. There was no down spots, no plotting submissions or anything like that. It was all the way through good action. They stuck to Cargill's strengths and hid her weaknesses pretty well, I thought. They made her look strong. Come Mania 41, that Belair and Cargill match is going to be really, really good, but they do have a long way to go, as we can see by Cargill's botched entrance into the ring where she fell down. She's still green, but she'll get there. Let's see. Isla Dawn is a future star, in my opinion. She really stuck out the most in this match to me. Nice 450 splash by Belair. Stark with a cool springboard corkscrew senton. Um, Fire, she's still green, but this is a really good first pay-per-view match for her, I thought. And then all of a sudden we see new champions. Holy shit, what happened? We see Cargill and Belair do their finishing move on Shayna Baszler, and all of a sudden, Isla Dawn, she sneaks in for the pinfall. And the crowd goes insane. What a pop. The Scottish crowd just absolutely loves it. It was a really cool moment, I gotta say. I didn't expect it at all. I really thought that Cargill and Belair were going to keep those belts for a very long time. Shocking moment. Really cool to see. And then the crowd afterwards chanting, "You deserve it." Um, cool moment. I was only going to give this match probably 2.5, 2 3/4 stars, but because of that moment that we didn't expect, the new champions and the crowd going crazy, I'm going to give this match 3 stars. Boom. Okay, here we are with match number 3, the Intercontinental Championship between Chad Gable and Sami Zayn. The crowd was into this right away. They love Sami Zayn. They were chanting his song, chanting his name. Neither man can gain an advantage in the beginning. It's back and forth with a bunch of counters. Mind games are then being played by both men. Sami Zayn doing some flips, and then he's trying to get the Alpha Academy on his side, telling Otis, "Hey man, listen to the crowd, stick with me, come with me, lose Gable." And the crowd is just eating it up. The crowd just keeps chanting Otis. There's a slap by Gable, and he finally gains the advantage and starts working the arm. That's the story of the match. Sami Zayn is dropping elbows from the top with his right elbow and then selling it with his left arm. I thought that looked kind of silly, but back and forth match. I will say that Sami did sell that left elbow really, really well during the match. He was even doing moves with just one arm. Love to see it. Nice power bomb by Gable and flying headbutt. Zayn then drops Gable on his head with a suplex that looked fucking brutal. 2 count. There was some nice wrestling here. Gable with the crossface. Zayn reverses into a crossface of his own. Then Gable counters into an ankle lock. Sami then counters that into a pin for a 2 count. Great stuff. Gable gives Maxine Dupree the IC Championship title belt in order for her to hit Sami Zayn when the referee's back is turned. She refuses. Gable gets mad at her, which leads to the Chaos Theory on Sami Zayn for a 2 count. I thought Chad Gable had it won there. My God. Crowd goes crazy. Gable goes back to Maxine Dupree. Otis gets in his face. Zayn hits a somersault plancha on Otis. Gable takes advantage of this only to be countered into the exploder suplex. Zayn then sells the ankle and he can't go for the pinfall. Somehow they go to the outside and Gable gets the ankle lock on Sami on top of the barricade. And in all of this, somehow, Maxine Dupree gets knocked down. Gable is looking at Otis. Otis is staring a hole right through Gable. Looks like Otis might actually turn on Gable, but he doesn't. And then he walks towards Sami Zayn, who's on the ground, and he goes to hit Sami, and then Maxine Dupree stops him. She says, Otis, help me. And then Otis picks up Maxine Dupree, carries her to the back in an act of chivalry, leaving Gable all on his own in the middle of the ring, where he was on the receiving end of a haluva kick. Pinfall, 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn retains. What a great Intercontinental Championship match. I thought it was awesome. We saw it all. We saw great wrestling. We had great storytelling. I give this match 4 stars. Boom. Okay, time for match number 4. It is Bayley versus Piper Niven for the Women's World Championship, the WWE Women's Championship. There was no reaction for neither Piper or Bayley coming out. Not a good start. By the way, Bayley's music just fucking sucks now. It's horrible. There's a slow match to the start. Niven gets an advantage with a headbutt. The crowd's getting restless already. It's only like a minute or 2 in the match. Chelsea Green gets her finger stomped on the ring apron and blames the referee, Charles Robinson, whom she slaps, and then she gets sent back to the locker room. There's a quick roll-up by Bayley for a 2 count. The crowd doesn't really know who to cheer for at this point. Somersault plancha from Piper to Bayley on the outside and has control of the match. This is a very, very slow, plodding match. The crowd is quiet for the first time all day. Bayley takes a suplex from the outside into the ring, and it's obvious that Bayley had to do everything to make that move work in order for it to be executed properly. Piper's sloppy. Then we get a suicide dive by Bayley to pin drop. Nothing from the crowd. Crickets. Bayley is literally doing everything she can to save this match, but Jesus fucking Christ, it is dog shit. Flying elbow by Bayley for a 2 count, and then we get one sequence with the 2 count. The Samoa Joe thing in the corner, followed by a senton splash. And she gets a 2 count, and Piper Niven is given the Becky Lynch, oh my god, oh, facial expressions like she's been wrestling a 45-minute match or something. Chelsea Green comes back under a mask and then gets drop kicked for a double. Piper driver by Piper Niven for a 2 count. Meh, but at this point, finally the crowd is coming alive. Sidewalk slam on the outside to Bayley by Piper. That actually looked pretty cool. Bayley ends up getting the win. This match sucked. 1 3/4 stars. Really sucked the energy out of the crowd. Hopefully Drew McIntyre can get them back on their feet, and hopefully CM Punk does not screw over Drew Mac. I want to see Drew McIntyre win today. Let's go. Boom. Okay, the last match, the main event for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Oh boy, this was a good one. I love the bagpipes for Drew's entrance. It gave old school Roddy Piper vibes. Massive pop for Drew. Drew signing the autograph for the little kid on his entrance got me right in the feels. Him grabbing the Scottish flag, goosebumps. The bagpipes playing along to his theme song, awesome. Drew looks great here, absolutely great. The crowd is really loud. Almost makes you emotional in a way. You know, this is, to me, this is fucking wrestling, man. The crowd's chants are so loud that they drown out Priest's music. Loud boos. Great job in the intros to make it feel like a big match feel. McIntyre grabs the advantage and does a somersault plancha on the outside to Priest. There is a Priest eats dry cereal sign. That's great. Both men exchange blows and moves with 2 counts sprinkled in. The match kind of slowed down after a hot start, but then you see probably the biggest botch in any wrestling match of all time. I'm not even kidding you. Priest tries to jump over the top rope, tries to dive over the top rope, and somehow his foot gets caught in between the top and the second ropes, gets entangled, and he's literally hanging upside down. Looks like he's about to break his neck, honestly. He's probably very lucky that he didn't. But he's hanging upside down with his foot in the ropes for what seems like 3 to 4 minutes at least. Drew's just trying to go around and waste time talking to the crowd, going to the camera, just, absolutely unbelievable thing happened to Damian Priest during his first big world title defense, or maybe second big world title defense, biggest one to date. Man, it just feels like to me after this that his career is done. Back down to the mid card. I mean, he just Titus O'Neil'd himself, in my opinion. It was bad, not good at all, and unfortunately, it really took away from the match for a while. But once the match did start get going again, Priest had a one-legged razor's edge for a 2 count. Both men were trading blows on their knees. I actually think Priest may have been hurt for a little bit, for real, on his knee or his ankle or something. He was moving around really slow. South of Heaven chokeslam by Priest for a 2 count. Hurricane Rana by Priest, and then a Claymore by Drew, all in the same sequence. 1, 2, we get a 2 count. Then we get a big ref bump, power bomb by Priest, Claymore, but there's no official. Then all of a sudden, we see a referee come running down the aisle. The referee runs into the ring. He gets a 1. We get a 2, and then he stops counting. And oh, fucking shit, it's CM Punk. CM Punk is wearing the referee shirt. He kicks Drew McIntyre square in the nuts. And then Damian Priest hits a South of Heaven chokeslam for the 1, 2, 3. Damian Priest retains. CM Punk, as we called it on the podcast, screws over Drew McIntyre. And unfortunately, the only thing we're going to be taking away from this match is that botch from Priest. What started out really, really great and awesome turned out to be... so I can't give this match any more than 3 stars, I don't think. Just because of the botch. It could have been more with, if there wasn't the botch, but the botch really took away from the match. So yeah, 3 stars. If we're looking through the whole pay-per-view, we have 3 matches that were 3 stars. We have 1 match that was 4 stars and 1 match that was 1 3/4 stars. So we're looking at an average of a 3-star pay-per-view. It was decent, but not great. But anyway, that has been our live reactions for this Clash at the Castle pay-per-view. I hope you've enjoyed them. We'll see you on the podcast. Wrestling fans, if you liked what you saw in this video, please go to our Patreon account. Link is here at the bottom of the screen. For only $3 US a month, you can get our full episodes as they're released early. You can see extra content not seen on our YouTube and TikTok channels, and a whole lot more.